Wake up! A house on the beach is not a dream. One of Israel's leading real estate companies trumpets in its ads, now at pre-sale prices. Zahav builds and sells houses for Jews across the West Bank. But this offer is about Gaza.
It was a joke. Of course there's no construction now with the war.
I asked the company's owner what was the purpose of this joke campaign.
The joke was to spark public discussion on what will happen in Gaza after the war. The government still hasn't given a clear answer. One of the options is the annexation of Gaza, Israel's return to Gaza. We, being right-wing people, support this option, and we wanted to launch a discussion.
And it sort of worked. The ad went viral, with thousands of views and comments.
Offended by everything and ashamed of nothing. Israel in a nutshell.
If the illegal settlement in occupied land is against international law, why the United Nations is not blacklist those real estate companies and its funds and asset to freeze the settlement?
Once a thief, always a thief.
Extremely shameful and disgusting. This is like constructing a house on a neighbor's grave. They can never live happily there even in 100 years.
I asked Zeev if he believes the timing is appropriate for jokes, as the IDF offensive in Gaza has claimed thousands of lives, including civilians, and left the enclave in ruins.
The timing is just right. You need to understand the goals of the war.
Speaking of moral issues, Zeev says he has a different perspective.
To me, it's more like the Soviet Union liberating countries from the Nazis and annexing the territories of the aggressor. I was in Gaza 23 years ago, in 2000, on a tank. Nothing has changed. Something should be done. You cannot live with such a neighbor.
The ad caused waves of comments from foreign media too. Zeev shows me the clip that Al Jazeera channel made about the controversial campaign. It shows a Jewish man in military uniform on a bulldozer with a caption saying the company's employee suggests he's on the way to start construction in Gaza. We found the man. Ariel is Zahav's chief engineer. He says the piece, to basically say hi from the ground to employees in the office, was filmed in the north, not in Gaza, and that he doesn't mention the enclave in the video, but he supports the idea of Israel returning to the Strip.
On the national level, yes, the goal is to build as much as possible. As for the army, their goal is to protect the citizens and to win the war.
In 1967, Israel annexed Gaza after the Six-Day War, governing until its controversial withdrawal in 2005. Talks continue until today on whether Israel should return. Amid the current crisis, Prime Minister Netanyahu reiterated Israel's intent to play a security role in Gaza.
As long as necessary, the IDF will continue to control the security of the Gaza Strip in order to prevent terrorism.
It still remains unclear to what extent this control will go. We're in a typical Jewish settlement in the West Bank, or Judea and Samaria. Several rows of beautiful houses, steeped in greenery and flowers, with shops and playgrounds, making life comfortable and cozy for families. This is the kind of community that Zahav's campaign suggests is built in Gaza. The idea is satirical, but there are those seriously considering to move. Or rather, to move back. For 2 decades, Brigitte called Gaza home, one of around 9,000 Jewish settlers there. All were forcefully expelled at the end of Israeli rule in 2005, and she was one of many who opposed it.
It was a big mistake because we paid a lot of life, also in the Gaza, also in here, and for nothing, because we didn't advance for even a small step.
The plan was portrayed as a peace initiative, but Brigitte says the following years that Israel has lived under Hamas rockets, and especially the militant group's gruesome attack on October the 7th, showed there is nobody to make peace with.
I don't think we have a partner.
So no two-state solution?
No. At this moment, I don't think. I think we should go back to Gaza because there is no at this near future, I don't see anything that can protect us as people, as Jew people in this place.
If they tell you now that you can pack your bags and go back to Gaza and live there, Would you do that?
Yes, because I want to protect the next generation. I don't want them to be surprised again after what happened. If I'm not secured here, if I don't have safety, I need to go there and to protect the real border of Israel.
Bridget's son is now in Gaza as an IDF soldier.
It's very frightening that some of us will pay again a price, life, to be again there.
Even among those supporting Israel's return to Gaza, there is a division over whether the Arabs should stay or not. Religious Jews call for radical measures.
Evacuating Gaza of Arabs and building Jewish settlements in all of Gaza is necessary because the settlers of the Gaza Strip want to see the sea. In order to see the sea, all homes in Gaza must be destroyed. No homes or Arabs left in Gaza.
Bridget's family doesn't quite share this approach. The woman's eldest daughter grew up in Gaza. She had Arab friends and neighbors. Looking back, that is the model of coexistence she'd like to see in the future.
Every Tuesday, people would come to our house and we would eat lunch together. Both Muslim and Jewish people, like friends that we had sitting, would say amen and pray together. That's my vision of real peace. And that's how I grew up, so I know it's possible.
Marie Fenoshina, RT, from Israel.